Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're back with college football imperialism. Ladies and gentlemen, that is right. We are back with episode 2. I want to thank y'all so much for the support on episode 1. You guys seem to really enjoy it, so I'm back today and we're gonna be doing it again today. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Jesus Christ, I keep going into my outro accidentally. With that being said, if you guys do like this video, make sure you guys drop a like down below and sub to the channel. And with that being said, let's get right into this first wheel spin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit it, baby. Come on now. Let's get something good here. What we got? What we got? Middle Tennessee. Okay, Middle Tennessee. Who they going after? Up to the right a little bit. Let's see where that's at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Middle Tennessee taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. Will we have our first upset of the series? Let's find out. A restart? Bro, what the f is this, Call of Duty? Oh, restart required. Oh, by the time I get to the damn game, I'm going to forget who the f was even playing. Is Middle Tennessee versus Tennessee, but damn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Neyland Stadium. I believe that's a stadium name in Tennessee, baby. For Middle Tennessee, taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final score will be either 21-35 or 14-35. It looks like it's going to be, 14-35 will be your final score, and Tennessee moves on. Middle Tennessee is out. I'll see y'all on the map. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tennessee is taking over Middle Tennessee, and they have a lot of land they can cover here without actually having to get into a decent matchup until Alabama or Auburn. But I mean, all these teams around here, I mean, they're pretty grabbable besides, like, obviously Clemson and maybe even South Carolina. But I mean, they have to go through App State before they even get there, or they can go the Wofford route or the not Wofford, the Wake Forest route, and then probably go down. But I don't know. Let's go ahead. Let's spin this wheel again, baby. Come on. Spin that. Oh, damn. Spin that. Damn. Okay. Spin that wheel. Let's go. Come on. This hype right here. Missouri. Oh, Missouri. Who Missouri facing? Directly over. Let's see what that's at. All right, baby. We got Missouri taking on Illinois. Next up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Illinois, as we are going to be seeing the Illinois Fighting Illini taking on the Missouri Tigers for the arch rivalry. I don't even know what the hell the arch rivalry is, but apparently it's happening, and it's happening right the hell now. Damn, Missouri taking a lead. This is going to be the first upset if they can win, because Illinois is ranked 10th. And Missouri's not ranked at all. So this will be like our first upset if they can do it. Oh, but Illinois just took a 2-score lead. Uh-oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the game is over. And the final score. Is it going to show up? Is the score going to show up? Is it going to show up? Final score was 59 to like 30 something. 59-36. I thought it was going to be an upset. It was tied 21-21 for a long time. But then Illinois just came out of nowhere and just started storming everything. I'll see y'all on the map, man. We didn't even get an upset. That's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Missouri has been taken out by the Fighting Illini of Illinois. And this map looking a little different now. This map looking a little crazy. Arizona took over Hawaii. Utah took over Wyoming. Illinois is taking over Missouri. They can take over the Missouri State Bears if they want to. Tennessee's taking over this state, whatever state this was. And yeah, man, Texas A&M taking over some of Texas as well. But hey, man, let's get back to the wheel and let's spin that stuff again. Spin that wheel. Let's go. Purdue. Okay, Purdue. Who Purdue facing though? That's the question. Directly the other way. All right, let's see what that's at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Purdue will be taking on the Fighting Illini of Illinois. They back up on the clock again. Purdue, Illinois. Next up. Let me make sure. Is that Purdue? Ball State's in Indianapolis. So yeah, okay. So this is the right place. So it's literally okay. Yeah, Fighting Illini. Damn, bro, they back up on it. They back up on a chopping block. I like Purdue because they have a really cool tradition. After the first quarter of their games, there's a children's hospital across the street from the stadium that they can like see, like the kids can watch the game for free basically. I mean, obviously, because you're just looking out a window, but they like after the end of the first quarter, they wave to them, the children in the children's hospital. So it's cool, dude. I love it. Purdue for that, man. They're cool. So I think it's Purdue. It might be Iowa. I could be wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Missouri for a snow game. It looks like, and we are going to be having Missouri. Wait, no, not Missouri. What the am I doing? Why am I in Missouri? Damn, I got that one wrong too. It was Iowa that does that. It's not even Purdue. Purdue then. It's Purdue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Illinois, and it is a snow game as we got the Illinois Fighting Illini back on the clock, and they will be facing the Purdue Boilermakers in the battle for the Purdue Cannon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 36-24, but I don't think Purdue's going to score here. They have 29 seconds to do so. I'm not going to jump in. Yeah, the game's over. Purdue gets taken down. It's another victim of trying to attack Illinois, and Illinois takes another part of another state. Jesus Christ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Purdue is gone, and Illinois now has part of Indiana as they keep growing. They're the first team to go twice in this. So let's go ahead and let's see who's next. Spin the wheel. Sorry, I forgot to say it. I was taking a drink. Virginia Tech with Sandman. Enter Sandman about to go crazy. Which direction we going? We almost going straight up. Let's see what that's at. All right, Virginia Tech. We taking on Marshall. Also, Enter Sandman ain't going crazy because we going to Marshall. But Virginia Tech versus Marshall next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Marshall taking on Virginia Tech. Let's see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping in for the first time in this video as Virginia Tech is up 31-26 with 1:58 remaining. Marshall with the ball trying to get into, I mean, they need to get in the field goal range, but they also need to score a touchdown. And it's 2nd and 10. Virginia Tech defense played very good right there. It also helps Marshall, though, because it stops the clock. So Marshall needs to get on their stuff and get this ball into the end zone as soon as possible. Let's see if they can do it. We could have our first upset here with Marshall upsetting Virginia Tech, which means we will never, ever get to hear Sandman in this series. And it's going to be a first down and more. Over the 50-yard line. Timeout, Marshall. Back to pass. Throwing. Caught. Over the 50-yard line to the 33 of Virginia Tech. Here they go. Back to pass. Caught. First down and more. Almost into the red zone. All right, Marshall back to the line here, looking to win this ball game, get the first upset of the series. And Marshall grabs it. And it's going to be in the red zone, which means it is the witching hour. I don't know why I said that. It's not the NFL, but it's also 57 seconds remaining, and this game could be over if they don't hurry up here. They have 2 timeouts. I don't know why they're not using any of them. But 49 seconds. Here we go. Marshall at the line, looking to get into the end zone to win this game, and it's completed. 17-yard line, 3rd and 5. With 30 seconds remaining, no clock stoppage. 25 seconds and counting. 26-31. No timeouts have been used. And they're going to run the ball. Timeout, Marshall. 4th and 3. 4th and 3. 15 seconds remaining. And they're back to the line. This is the final play of the game for Marshall if they do not get this ball here. 15 seconds. 4th and 3. Back to pass. Thrown, caught, touchdown Marshall! And Marshall takes the lead with 13 seconds on the clock. And they're going to take a 2-score lead. Virginia Tech is about to get upset for the first upset of this series. Holy shit. All right, they're going for a 2-point conversion, be up by 4 points, and they miss it. They're down. They're up by 1. Virginia Tech has 13 seconds to get this thing in the end zone or a field goal. They have 1 timeout left. 10 seconds remaining. We know how this game likes to do. They don't like to call timeouts at the end of the game. But they better call one if they want to survive. Timeout, Virginia Tech. 5 seconds remaining. They're not going to have enough time to kick a field goal. They got to get this in the end zone. They're at the line here. Here we go. Final play of the game. Virginia Tech back to pass. Throwing. Caught. First down, but it's not going to matter. The clock is going to continue running, and the ball game is going to be over. Virginia Tech is going to lose. They have 1 second, no timeouts, and that's the ball game. Marshall is the first team to upset in this video. Virginia Tech goes down. All right, Virginia Tech, first team to get upset. The Sun Belt just upset the ACC, and Virginia Tech is now gone. But let's get back to the wheel. Spin that wheel, baby. Let's go. Come on. Give us something here. Give us something here. UAB. They could play Alabama here. Alabama could be getting their first game. They will not be, though. They're going down. Down and to the left. Let's see where that's at. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Alabama will be taking on UAB. UAB's heading to Alabama. All right, we are here in Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to be more specific, as we got Alabama taking on the UAB Blazers at home. This one should be an easy victory for Alabama. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final score will be 40-16, assuming they don't score again. They do not. 40-16, Alabama takes down UAB. And just what everybody expected, Alabama takes down their first victim of UAB. I think the only team that's in Alabama that could actually stop Alabama is Auburn. And they're right next to each other, so they might get that matchup sooner than we think. But UAB, the Blazers, are gone, and Alabama now has some territory to work with. Spin that wheel, baby. Let's go. That's a new thing I'm doing. Spin that wheel. You know what I'm saying? We doing it. We got Northern Illinois. Now, Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame in the real game, in real life. They going down to the left. Let's see where that's at. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first threefer for this series. NIU and the Huskies will be heading down to Illinois to take on the Fighting Illini. As it perfectly aligns, Illinois has the chance to take down 3 teams in this one video. Let's head to the game. Now, what's funny about this is Illinois has been home for all 3 of these. All 3 of these games Illinois has been home for. But they'll be fighting Northern Illinois. They'll be fighting a team in their own state. That's crazy to me. All right, we are back in the great state of Illinois in the snow as the Illinois Fighting Illini take on Northern Illinois University and the Huskies to get the first three-peat of this series. Let's see if they can do it. Also, real quick, y'all, if Northern Illinois wins, they get a ton of territory. So, Illinois better realize that they lose this game, they give up a lot of territory. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final score is 47-3. This ball game. Oh, wait, 47-10. Hold on now. Nah, this ball game's over. Illinois takes down another victim, and they three-peat for the first time in this series. Somebody gets a three-peat, and it will be Illinois. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Illinois has a big chunk of land in the Midwest here. But we're going to go ahead and get back to this wheel and get back to spinning, baby. Spin that wheel. Let's go. Come on now. Who we got? TCU. TCU is going to be taking on who? Up and to the right. TCU taking on who? All right, ladies and gentlemen, TCU, North Texas. Next up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at North Texas as they are going to be taking on the TCU Wildcats, I think. I think they're the Wildcats. I'm not sure, but I think they are. DK, double check on the screen right now. Boom, that's what TCU is. They're the Horned Frogs. I'm a liar. Ladies and gentlemen, the game is tied 15-15. A minute 56 remaining. TCU has the ball 3rd and 1. What the hell is going to happen? This is to end this game. We could have our first overtime game of the series. TCU was down 15-7 for a long time, and then they got a 2-point conversion after scoring. Dang, dude. First and 10, a minute 52 on the clock. TCU back to the line. A minute 30 remaining. Here they go. Running. The quarterback keeps it. Quarterback keeps going. And he's on his way to the 40, the 30. And he will be down at the 28-yard line. North Texas cannot stop TCU there. TCU in field goal range by a lot. North Texas needs a turnover here, and they will not get one. And that's another first down for TCU. TCU well into field goal range here. That quarterback run got them very far. And it's going to be a pass. Quarterback goes down. Timeout, North Texas. All right, TCU looking to get into the end zone, and they do. Touchdown, TCU. Score will be 28-21. I mean, 21 to whatever. You guys get it. 22-15. Whatever. Y'all get it. All right, North Texas takes the ball over at the 16, 1:11 on the clock. They have plenty of time to score here. They just need to do it really quickly. Here they go. Back to pass. North Texas caught. And he's going to stay up. And it will be out of bounds at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 3. North Texas looking to get this ball down the field and into the end zone, and that's going to be a sack. Down, 3rd and 12, 50 seconds remaining. 44 seconds on the clock. Looking to hopefully get this one out of bounds. They do not, but they do get the first down. 38 seconds remaining. Here they go. 5 wide receivers set here. Back to pass. It's thrown, caught, and it's not going to get out of bounds. 19 seconds remaining. They're not going to hurry up, and they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose this, dude. They're not hurrying up. Can I hit the A button to make it go faster? I can't. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They got the ball off, and that's going to be a sack. TCU survives North Texas. All right, TCU claims its first victim. North Texas and the Mean Green go down, and TCU is taking over some of Texas. Spin the wheel, baby. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Give us something here. Give us something good. Kentucky. Who Kentucky taking on? They going almost directly to the left. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Kentucky will be heading to Western Kentucky to take them on. Let's see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is snowing in Western Kentucky as the Kentucky Wildcats come here, and hopefully what should be an easy win for them against the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Let's see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a minute 20 on the clock, 13-21. They could technically take the lead here, or at least tie. They could at least tie here. There's 40 seconds, though. They got to hurry. 43-yard line. They are just over midfield. Ball is thrown. It is not, and he is sacked, and that might just do it. They are out of timeouts. Kentucky is probably going to win this one 21-13. What a game, dude. Western Kentucky, hey, all credit to them. They did play this game very well, but unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to get this win here. They're going to attempt it, though, and that's not even going to be a first down, and I think that's going to do it. I think Western Kentucky's going down here. Unfortunately for the Hilltoppers, they have lost to Kentucky. What an incredibly close game. Unfortunately, Western Kentucky just could not do it. Could not get it done. And Kentucky takes over Western Kentucky. And now there is only one more team left for them to take over the entire state, and that's Louisville. Let's head back to the wheel. Spin the wheel, baby. Let's go. Come on. Give us something here. Give us something. North Carolina. We're heading to the Carolinas for the first time in this series. Who's North Carolina taking on? Down and to the right. Let's see where that's at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a rivalry game on our hands. The North Carolina State Wolfpack taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. We not only have an ACC rivalry here, we also have a state rivalry because people that went to North Carolina hate North Carolina State, And people that went to NC State hate the people that went to North Carolina. This is their Clemson, South Carolina right here. So I understand completely. I hate South Carolina, the school, not the state. But I love Clemson. So let's see what happens here in this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, weirdos and freaks. NC State just got their ass kicked, and they're continuing to get their ass kicked. This ball game is, oh, it's over, but 17-38. Bill Belichick in North Carolina take down North Carolina State. Not as close of a matchup as I thought it would have been, to be honest. I thought NC State might have this one. You know, I believe they won the game last year's game. Unfortunately, though, North Carolina makes them pay for that as they get their ass kicked. And they kick NC State's ass as North Carolina takes over some of the Carolinas. Let's head to the wheel. Spin the wheel, baby. Let's go. Come on. What we got? Another Carolina team? Nah, probably not. Nope, we got Old Dominion, though. That is a Virginia team, though. So they could go into the Carolinas if they go down, which they're not. They're going straight up almost. Let's see. All right, Old Dominion versus Maryland right now. I'm not even talking to you enough, DK. How are you doing today? How is your day doing? I mean, how is your day going? You know, I haven't asked you yet. How's your day, DK? Are you good today? Are you feeling good today? Are you excited? Are you hyped today? If not, you should be. Get hyped, DK. Come on. The hell's wrong with you if you're not getting hyped?
A lot of things. Like the fact that you don't know how to say, how are you doing? Guys, I'm so sorry you gotta watch this guy. I apologize. Because this man doesn't even know English. I mean, granted, neither do I. I speak dumbass, but I think he tops it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Maryland Terrapins as it is snowing and it is a blizzard here, as it's going to be Maryland taking on Old Dominion. And ladies and gentlemen, this one might be it. It is over. Maryland takes down Old Dominion University 24-10. Jesus. All right, Old Dominion is taken down as Maryland takes over this state, which means Maryland could be getting battled by a Carolina team. But let's go ahead and let's see who's next on the wheel. Spin the wheel, baby. Let's go. Come on. Who we got? Who we got today? Troy up and to the left. Let's see where that's at. All right, Troy is going to be taking on Auburn coming up next. We are here in Auburn, ladies and gentlemen, for Auburn versus Troy coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, 55-22. The score was just a minute ago, like 22-32. And then out of nowhere, Auburn just turned it up. Auburn takes down Troy. All right, Auburn and Alabama, they took over some territory they're going to have to face eventually in the Iron Bowl. With that being said, let's jump to the next game. Spin that wheel. Final game, baby. Let's go. Final game of the video. Make sure you guys drop a like down below, sub to the channel, and comment down below if you guys want to see another episode of South Alabama. And he's going down, which means he's not going to play Bama or Auburn. But he will be playing nobody. Straight down, I still think is nothing. Yep, nope, it's nothing. All right, you have to go up or over to the sides. That's down. That could be Tulane. And it will be. All right, Tulane, South Alabama to end off this episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tulane taking on South Alabama. Let's get it, baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 48-13, Tulane takes down the South Alabama Jaguars. I'll see y'all on the map. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tulane takes down the South Alabama Jaguars. And Tulane is now in South Alabama. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put their logo up here at some point. But that being said, I don't want to end off that. I don't want to end off that at all. Actually, I want to go one more game. So we're going to spin that wheel one more time, baby. One more again. Spin it, baby. Let's go. One more again, baby. Come on. Who we got? Pitt. ACC. Who they taking on? Who's Pittsburgh taking on? They taking down and to the right. Let's see where that's at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pitt is going to take on West Virginia for the final matchup of this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is snowing and it is a backyard brawl between West Virginia and Pittsburgh. Let's see who takes down the other team. I don't know why I stopped. Who's going to win this game? Basically what I'm trying to say. Ladies and gentlemen, this ball game is over. West Virginia is going to take down Pittsburgh and what some would say is an upset. I mean, I think I could see some people saying this is an upset, an ACC team losing to Virginia or West Virginia, but damn, West Virginia takes down Pittsburgh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh has been taken down and West Virginia has taken over territory towards the end of this video. I think I'm also just going to give them this little area here too, because quite frankly, I don't know what area that is, but I'm giving it to them. With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys drop a like down below. Sub to the channel, comment down below what videos you want to see me do on the channel specifically. Obviously, I have this series going. I have my coach mode series that I'm still going to try to do. But with that being said, man, thank y'all so much for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace off, guys. Love you, DK. Mwah.
Why? 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 I hate you. Stop. Stop it. I hate you so much I didn't even turn my light on for this. Fuck you.